Let's go, baby. Yo. Guys, this is it, man. AMC's about to go up. AMC is about to go up. So it looks like this is the start of it. This is the start because we got the volume coming in. Even though on Wednesday we're expecting a larger push, this is definitely the start. You can see that the volume is there. That is what we were looking for. And yeah, I'm expecting some pretty nice price action in the after hours session. There are no halts in the after hours session, so this thing can do whatever it wants. We already had one halt, so that's not going to be a problem here in the next 10 minutes. Man, this is crazy. Crazy shit. Yeah, so we're doing it, man. We're doing it. I'm going to stay here for a little bit after hours, see what AMC does. But so far, we're looking pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really matter that it pumped and dumped. What matters here is the volume. This is essentially, it's a fake out. It's what's happening right now. We have a fake out happening. There are a couple of levels to track here on support. This can come all the way down to 660 again, and I would still be okay with this setup. I think the fact that volatility just increased, the fact that this literally just happened right before the market is very telling of what the price is going to do next. So I'm not too worried about this. Again, this thing is just back and forth, man. Going to be shaking people off on the way, and I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare retail, scare us. I don't know, man. We're getting ready. We're priming up. We are priming up. Let's take a look at everything else. Yeah, man, holy shit. These contracts are, I mean, they went up very fast, like very quickly. That's the thing about contracts with options and AMC, it takes 2 minutes, man, and these will be flooded of volatility. It's crazy how it works. Look at the price action right now. Look at how quickly these candles are being faked out. Like, this is insane, man. Let's go here on 15-second chart. I want to see things real close up, understand the structure here. Why does it look like a pump and dump? It looks like a pump and dump because these guys are they're doing it on purpose. I mean, look at how many fake outs there are, and look at how quickly the price is reversing back. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself here, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we go up after hours, if we have a nice rally after hours. Like I said, even if it does come down to 660, to me this is an opportunity. Yeah, I don't think this is done at all. I mean, this was quick, guys. It happened right at the end of the power hour. Happened at power hour. I'm gonna go on Thinkorswim and see what I can pull up. Want some historical data here on AMC. Can I throw up the price on AMC? Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna remind me in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna pull up something here real quick, and then I'll pull up the price. Okay. Okay. All right. So these are my thoughts. Okay. I'm gonna say a couple things. So with what we're tracking, and I'm gonna zoom out here so you can see the volume, but this is a kind of volume we want to see with POIs. Like, we want to see these wicks back to back. We want to see a lot. This is the first one. So a couple of things are going to happen here. Yeah, people are going to call it a pump and dump. They're going to say halts. They're going to say bullshit, whatever. That is the point. I mean, this is not going to be easy. They're not going to make this easy. So why yeah, we have a pretty drastic red candle here. Even if it got rejected back down and we traded sideways for a day, I think this is a start. I really do. This doesn't just happen quickly, get shut down, and then we go back to low levels again. That's not how these behave. You do, like, I'm saying this because I know how the volatility works on AMC, and I'm not saying this as financial advice or like, and it's a for sure thing. But normally when the way volatility kicked in on these 2-3 candles we had 30 minutes ago, again, is very telling of future price action. So we go based off of that. There's a couple of other plays that are going to be sympathy plays, I think. We already saw GameStop coming in. Okay, BlackBerry is another one. Saw a little bit of pretty insane candles here about an hour ago on BlackBerry. Also Bed Bath & Beyond Okay, Nikola, all those guys are in the same meme sector, and they should have some nice price action as well. Let's see, Amy. We got 5 minutes. What are we going to do? Look. I'm going to show you guys something. And let's put some music in the background. Ah, fuck. I think I know what's going on. So initial POI, here we can use AMC's fractal, and it clearly shows, so yeah, it shows the pump and dump. Price is still rising up, and then we have our POI, and that's tomorrow. So going into tomorrow, we should see a continuation here. If not after hours, we're going to stay here a little bit just to see what's up, what happens after hours. And hopefully, you know, after hours, anything could happen, man. Clearly here, we saw the POI play out right here on Monday, the kickoff, and you can get speed up, man. We'll see. I personally have had calls for a little while. So I've been tracking this for a little bit on the POI. So we've had those for a little while. I don't, you know, for some of those plays, more of like the higher risk, higher reward plays are going to be intraday setups, but in this case, you know, we do have a rejection coming back down to support. Like I said, it's probably going to trade sideways, and we're gonna go from there. See how it goes. Let's stay here a couple. There's the bell. All right, let's see what Amy's got in store. I don't think this is over, guys. I don't think this is over. All right, let's take a look at that parallel channel we were tracking earlier. So we haven't hit resistance on the parallel channel. Resistance on the parallel channel is 760 here in the short term. It can really turn into 775, right around that range. Okay, we're starting to get some volume coming in. So one of the things I said here was 1 to 2 days coming down would make this fractal look pretty decent. Okay, you don't want something going up forever, or else the pump back down, or the dump is going to be a lot greater. It's going to be a lot quicker. You want it to build up, and that's kind of the structure we had here on this pattern. It's a projector pattern. So it comes back down, it hovers here for a little bit, and then it goes. That's why Wednesday would have been ideal for AMC to climb. So I'm not saying this is going to stop here, but we haven't touched resistance yet. So we did come close, but we did not touch it. So resistance is still up there. We can still climb up here in the next in this trading session, but I think it's going to happen regardless. It's going to happen tomorrow. On the daily chart, let's see how we closed. Oh man, that looks good. Yeah, so we can really push up to the $8 range as well, and still have that candle close within this range, setting up for a break on Wednesday. That would also be ideal. These guys are just they're gonna try their best to make this the hardest trade possible, I think. I mean, you guys know how it is. AMC is not an easy stock to trade. Clearly manipulated, as we've seen here time and time again, with the points of interest as we come into them. And, we're in the point of interest right now, and we've already experienced 3 days of nice volume. This is our 5th day in the POI, and today is clearly showing us that we're headed the right direction. So let's go. Let's go. Okay. So for those that are new to the channel, we're going to go over the cycle here, AMC cycle. This cycle has been around for about a year now. Our lovely little arc pattern down here. We got some volatility zones. These are zones that happen every 2 months. Okay. And every 2 months, we have a 10-day window that we can experience volatility in. And this is so we have 5 right now that have played out inside the volatility zone. The rest have also played out, but they're inverse. So inverse means that the price will do the complete opposite. The pattern will just be flipped upside down. And you have selling pressure instead. Now, there are periods in the market where there's no volatility, so you're not going to see anything because that's just the way the markets behave. That's just the way they react. So these are all volatility zones on AMC, and they happen every 2 months. Okay, so this one, you're starting to see the volume kick in. So POI is already valid, but I want to see more volume coming in. I think the more volume, the better. But it would be extremely disappointing and odd if AMC just started to fall from here. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. But right now we have 5 out of 5 that have played out within the zone. All of these are POIs that have played out. And then this is going to be our 6th one. So our 6th would be 6 out of 6 without a fail on these POIs. Okay. So if you want more information on this, make sure you check out the first video on AMC, which talks about the cycle. Posted this about a year and a half ago, way back here in November. Okay, it's called the Cycle Song. If you like jingles, make sure you check that out and jam out to it. All right, AMC is up 1% after hours. Let's go here. What are you guys' thoughts? I want to know what everybody thinks. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Remember, no halts after hours. No halts. It's volume. Organic volume. Maybe not organic volume, but just, you know, if they're manipulating the price with halts, we don't have to worry about that. Maddie Matt, I love you, man. Happy you're up on your position. Happy for you. Happy for everyone that's making money. This is a hell of a play. It really is. And, you know, with what it's been able to do for us, I'm forever thankful for AMC. I think AMC is special. Okay, yeah, let me pull up the price real quick. Let's pull up the price on AMC. All right, where is this at? Here we go. All right, I'm trying to fix the color here real quick. All right, yo, these blending. Why is this not working? All right, I got the price up here. I need to fix it so you guys can actually see the. Trying to change the color here. Here we go. All right, there you go, man. There you go. Yeah, I'm starting to understand a little bit on what AMC is doing. So I'm gonna pull up the parallel channel here again. Regardless, guys, this is really good news for AMC. But okay, so it seems to me like this was the initial fake out, the initial pump dump, and what I'm thinking is going to happen. I was tracking. I don't know if I still have it here. So again, this is Lucid. So you guys can see it comes up, comes back down, trade sideways. Now on Lucid's chart, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so you guys can see it. I'm gonna pull up the exact time at which it took place. I wanna so you guys can see why I think things are gonna play out this way. It's literally tracking Lucid right now. Where'd it go? There we go. It's going to be hard to scale this. There we go. Okay, so what you're looking at right here, okay, this is Lucid. This is the same fractal we're tracking right now on that time at the time where, so here's the Lucid fractal on the top. It looks like this. If you haven't seen it yet, it's right here. Okay, and what I'm showing you is this little area right here. So that's why we're like zoomed into the chart. We're currently right here. I'm showing you this peak right here. So it's a pump and then a dump. It's a fake out. And then it starts climbing back up. So that is what we're looking at right here. Now, you can see how similar the two look. And you can also see that, well, it pumps and then it dumps for a day. So we did it in the after hour session, which is, you know, this is technically, so this is open for Lucid, comes back up, and then it trades down for a day, and then the day after it starts pumping. So this is telling me that we could see this either take place tomorrow end of day or Wednesday as we were expecting. So the first initial pump followed by a dump, fake out, and then it starts pumping. So I think that's what's going to happen, man. I think we're going to see either a day of sideways trading. If nothing happens here after hours, if we just remain at these levels, I think this is very valid. If it doesn't, and we start crossing resistance, we go back up to 720, then this is out of, we're not tracking this anymore, and AMC would, you know, do whatever it wants at that point. We would still be tracking the same levels, but just not the same sequence. This is the other one we're tracking here. Calls for something similar. Pump, dump, comes back down, and then on Wednesday it starts to pump. And this would go with the Lucid fractal as well. Yep. Yes, it would. Look at that, both of them. Same thing. And these look the same. What the fuck? I don't know if you guys can see that, but these look the same. These are two different stocks, by the way. This is Lucid down here, and this is another one. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's not, you know, it's going to be a tricky play. That's AMC. AMC is like, it does this kind of thing. I mean, and, you know, it's not only AMC that's doing it. We got, yeah, they're also using, I think, Bed Bath & Beyond as a bit of a distraction right now. Because Bed Bath & Beyond has been pumping for weeks, and it's truly been a Uh, yeah, it's been a stock within the meme sector that has been appreciated, I think, in the shorter term a little bit more than AMC and GameStop because it's had more opportunity. But that's really what these guys are. That's the intention. Is let's bring about another stock and pump this one, get it stirred up and sort of create this division between them. And then at that point, people jump in on the wrong stock, and then it comes down, and then the other one starts pumping, and then it's back and forth between the two. But the fact that Bed Bath & Beyond is going up right now also has to do with the cycle, right? Because it's in the same sector, the meme sector, and yeah, it's a crazy play, man. The fact that it goes from $3 to $7 in one day, it has an option chain. I mean, that's insane. It really is. But what it's doing right now, it's just confirming more on AMC's part. I think we're going to see something pretty drastic happen on AMC in the short term because of what we've seen with Bed Bath & Beyond lately. So they remember, one is going to go up higher than the other every single day. They're not going to track the same way, but around the same time, you're going to see them take turns. One goes up, other one comes down within like a 2-3 day period, and they just keep alternating. Oh yeah, I'm personally not in on Bed Bath & Beyond. Obviously, fundamentals don't matter, guys. Yeah, they are closing stores, but the stock says otherwise, right? That is just the way the markets work, in my opinion. I don't really pay too much attention to fundamentals. Do alts prevent the algo from running its course? No, they're part of the algorithm. Now, volume does, because there's only so much volume these guys can suppress, but they can use these tools. So halts and stuff like that, the media pushing out catalysts, that naturally drives the price down if they want it to, because it's halts aren't a good thing. They're known to drive, after halts happen, typically if it's a short-term halt, not a suspension. Suspensions are a little bit different. They're longer term. As we saw with BBIG, we had a suspension, and then the stock rallied, and everything went up after because it was suspended for like a week or two. With AMC, it's different. If you have these intraday halts, they're not, they're not loved in the community, even though technically it could be looked at as a good thing, because if the price is being halted, then it's going up very quickly, which is good. It's bullish, but it's not. Yeah, it just doesn't have a good taste, I guess, in the community. So that's why these guys use that against retail. But yeah, it doesn't prevent. I don't think it prevents. The cycle is going to do what it's going to do, and they have to use as many things, as many tools as they can to prevent the price from going to drastic levels. But there's a plan. There's a plan for it, and it's part of their little agenda. Will Ape run? That is not something I can tell you or answer for you, because there's been a disconnection between the two, AMC and Ape, ever since it started to really pump here in December. there's been a pretty drastic disconnection between the two. Now, what I can show you is I can show you AMC's chart, AMC and Ape's chart together. And you know, we look at a lot of the times here with most of these cycle analysis demonstrations that I show you guys have to do with AMC plus Ape's price, not just AMC. So, you know, we pull up AMC plus Ape's chart that looks different, and we get different price levels, different price targets. So there's a better way with most of the cycle things that I show here. I think they go better off of the AMC plus Ape's chart than they would just between one and the other. So I never really analyze the price of Ape by itself because it doesn't necessarily follow a structure. I think it just does what it wants to do. And yeah, right now, you know, the only thing I will say is you can track levels of resistance, and there's two levels of resistance you can track right now. There's the 3.6 and then the 5.8, so 6. 3.6 and then $6 level. Those two are major levels of resistance, and where we could see some kind of pullback on Ape if that was the case. But here, you know, tracking them together, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get AMC plus Ape's chart, which is awesome here. Hi, Amy pushing. Amy pushing. 689. No, I don't think it's done running. No. I mean, today it could be. We've already looked at some of the fractals here that call for sideways trading. Initially, I have AMC going up, like really going up on Wednesday. So this could be the start of it, where it pumps, comes back down, trades sideways, catches some people off guard, and then it just starts ripping on Wednesday. So it really depends on what the overall market does as well. You know, if it starts dumping tomorrow, then I think that's naturally going to drive the price down a little bit, or at least stagnant. And then on Wednesday, we might see a fake out in the market, starts coming back up, and then that's, you know, go time here for AMC. But I don't think it's done. I don't think this is like the final pump here before it starts coming down. Oh, GNS. Yeah, there's GNS, there's HLBZ. Also, these guys had... So GNS currently is in a parallel channel. I love parallel channels, man. Gotta love those. It might still have a little bit more to go, considering it doesn't have, or at least unless they added one. But GNS does not have an option chain. Well, now it does. Okay, would you look at that? Yeah, as soon as they add an option chain, like, that is dangerous, I think. Because normally when a stock doesn't have an option chain, they can really make it run wherever they want. Because derivatives drive price very quickly, so that's why it's harder to pump stocks that have option chains. So now that it has an option chain, this is a little bit of a sticky setup in my opinion. I personally not in on GNS, but to me it's at a mid range. I don't touch stocks that are trading at a mid range. I just let them come up to resistance or support for my entries. I just think it's too dangerous of a position where it's currently trading at, and also the fact that it did, they did have an option chain added to it. So I will say it did have a blue spot here on the spots indicators. That's normally a good sign. Short curves indicate a bigger push to the upside, so we might see it actually come up and touch resistance one last time, maybe before it starts coming back down. But yeah, not in on this play. Whoa. Yeah, make sure you guys are coming in here and slamming that like button as hard as you can. Spam the like button. Anonymous, I can't tell you, man. I can't tell you. No, I mean, if you want to know some of the plays I'm in, I have a Discord. I provide some cycle plays, just like AMC. Some really nice stuff in there. You want to check it out, man? It is on the link below. Yes, I did have Nicola that I'm currently still tracking because it is a play that tracks AMC. It's a sympathy play to AMC. So these are... these are plays that we track with the cycle, man. It's really as simple as that, is understanding the structure of cycles and how stocks trade against each other, how these larger institutions are pumping one, using liquidity for another that's about to be pumped, and it's just back and forth. It's like that the entire time. And obviously you have these larger sectors doing that, so you have multiple stocks pumping. Now we have the meme sector pumping, which means GameStop is up, Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC, right? Nano, what is up? How you doing? No, I'm not saying it won't run after hours. I'm just saying the only thing that I'm looking forward to now is the next couple of days, even if it doesn't run after hours. I'm not, it would be great if it runs after hours, because then, volatility opens up even higher, and, that's good for option contracts. But to me, this is just, it's more confirmation that AMC is likely to keep running in the coming days. So it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter if this thing trades sideways for a day or two, because we're still expecting the POI to kick in midweek. Here's our break. and then here it is coming back into that channel. And I've shown you guys some of the other stocks we're tracking right now that have the same structure. That's all called for a Wednesday run. Here's the most recent one I just pulled up on AMC, and you got the initial pump on the 1 minute chart. Okay, look at this. Right there. You have the January pump, comes back down. Okay, yeah, after our session, trade sideways for a little bit, comes back down. Possible that the market does something tomorrow that's maybe not extremely bullish, and then comes down for a little bit, trade sideways again. Remember, we're expecting the market to trade sideways back and forth for about a week until AMC peaks, because when AMC peaks, that's go time for market coming down. What do I think of Ant's trades theory? So it's his theory. It, from my understanding at least, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but so the cycle at least. So the cycle that I've been tracking here is very straightforward. It's a 2 month cycle, and we're tracking volatility every 2 months. No, it doesn't have to happen every 2 months. It does not, but it's a zone where we can expect volatility to happen. So it's just tracking a window, a very specific window. It's about 10 days long. And every time it happens, we look at volatility, and it's like the price can go up very quickly or it could come down very quickly. And the special thing about this approach here is that it's very accurate because it hasn't happened outside of these zones before. So the fact that it doesn't happen outside is, yeah, it's very important. So here's the little POIs here. These are 2 months apart, exactly 2 months apart. And here's your cycle. So the last 5, which all have volume, have all happened within that 10-day window. And this one is currently playing out in the same window. So this would be considered 6 out of 6 now. These other ones are inverse. So a lot of them also have volume, but they're just flipped. You can see it's the arc pattern. It's the direction is to the downside. And then some of them that have very little, which I'm going to change the color of these soon because these are just dry POIs. They're still there. We're still tracking them, but they're considered dry POIs because there's not volatility in the market. So sometimes the market is just going to be flat. It's going to trade sideways, and that's fine. That's normal. So, this is not something I can shift around and move. These are dates you can predict on and on. This date we've had here, it's been there since the cycle was born. So it's been here since last November. It's been here since June of last year. So, again, I don't really know the theory behind. There might be a theory behind the price point. Sure, some of the fractals that you pull up here will show you some levels that do call for a greater push to the upside because of fibs and stuff like that. That is more of like TA versus TA because of it. We're looking at price points, not time. With time, it's structured a little bit different. It's considered more of like cycle analysis. But my only thoughts with that were, and this is where I pulled up, which I can talk about here since there's a few of you that haven't heard this one, but. Yeah, I haven't checked it out much, man. I would love to. I'm always down to chat it up with some people. I was gonna have me and Rico were actually gonna go live on Sunday, but some things came up and we weren't able to do it. But yeah, I mean, at some point it would be cool to have all these guys kind of come in and talk about it. I mean, the thing is, like, there's all these, all these different theories, I guess, out there on what's going on with AMC, and I think everybody is, entitled to whatever they believe, man, whatever their approach is. It's TA at the end of the day. We're trying to figure out what's going on with AMC. So I think maybe one thing that differentiates us a little bit is the price targets. I personally don't like giving price targets. I just like giving levels that I'm tracking where AMC could potentially go next. And I use I use two main things for this. So this excludes the cycle, because the cycle, again, is just giving us the volatility zone. So us coming to volatility zones is something very predictable. You can do that yourself. It's 62 months or 62 days apart. But then with that, and this is where I kind of come up with what makes cycle analysis as a whole very special, is understanding why these are there. They're there because of the option chain. The options have expirations. These are dates that have expirations. So it's kind of makes sense that things are happening over and over again every 2 months if you have to hedge and you're driving and manipulating AMC's price using derivatives. So, on the previous video, I talked about how they hedged for the 145s. They opened the 145s in January here. It took them 120 days to pump AMC's price to 77. Then they shorted it back down and they hedged for the $40 strike, which was the highest strike possible when it got opened here in January. So they open the strike, people buy the strike, right? And then they're hedging for that strike months later. And they stay hedging for that. This is you're not going to see it on AMC's chart. You're going to see it on AMC plus Apes chart. AMC's true chart. If you want this chart, guys, I've already posted a link below. It's free. You can access it. This is AMC's true price. You can see this is 77, coming back to that $77 level. Okay. So here's our $40 price target. And what is AMC doing here? I mean, we have our flag, right? And the best part about this, guys, and why I think this is like a legit thing, also go watch the Cycle song. It talks about this, talks about delta hedging within the flag. And the reason why it is delta hedging is because every time we have an option expiration date within this flag, this is how options or TA sort of goes with this. So I'm going to give you a couple of option expiration dates. So we have one in June here. That's one. Okay, and the next one we have is right here, the 20th. We have one in September. These are quad witching dates. Sorry, quad witching dates are important, more important. And then December 17th, right here. Okay. So this one, the 17th, is a quad witching date. Very important. You can see that they closed the price right at that $40 range. That's hedging. And they're also hedging for these smaller monthlies. And those are right in between. So where is the price at that point? Well, it's very close to the $40 range, right? $40 range, $40 range. And then once you come out of that zone, now you're hedging for something else. This is where we talk about the parallel zone, the yearly channel that we're in. and why my price target here kind of is a little different than his, in that you know, I think AMC could go anywhere it wants to, but based on this theory that we are in this zone for a whole year, 120 days every single year, kind of makes sense that since we have the $26 strike options available right now as the highest strike possible, that AMC would come up to, or AMC plus 8 would come up to 40 and then come all the way back down and stay in this zone for another 120 days. And I said this earlier as well, you know, most of you are probably tired of hearing this, but I mean, I'm showing, you know, guys that are and ladies that are coming in here looking at AMC like you've never seen it before. Here it is. Cycle analysis. It's the real deal, man. And yeah, man, like, but yeah, man, I mean, I like the dude. I think he's cool. He's chill. And yeah, he's definitely spot on in that, you know, we're coming up at around the same range. So it's something that we both agree on. And, you know, this isn't about like, yo, who has this theory, or like, yo, like, this isn't about gatekeeping theories. People are going to have overlapping theories. That's just how it works. But, you know, it's something I've been tracking here for a little while. It's something he's been tracking. It's something, you know, a lot of other people have been tracking. And, you know, the best part about this is AMC's doing what she's doing best, and it's really, you know, it's in everyone's best interest, unless you're somebody who's short AMC. Well, then it sucks. I don't know what to tell you. At that point, I mean, but other than that, I mean, this is looking great. AMC is looking awesome. I think we're going to start pushing up midweek. Let's pull up Amy again. Intraday here. We're up to square one, back at 680. Do I think the algo is in a loop? Yeah, the algo is in a loop. Yeah, it's constantly being cycled. And, you know, my theory is that I think at some point it's going to break. And when it breaks, it's not going to be traceable. So you won't be able to trace the cycle until it comes back in. So it's like you're leaving that world of planets circling around the sun, and then, you know, one of them goes into a black hole, it disappears for a while, and then it comes back in, and then it starts circling again. That's basically what happened with GameStop. The same thing, because GameStop, you know, people are going to say it wasn't a squeeze, whatever. It was intense, crazy price action. I think the cycle did break. And with GameStop, I'm going to show you where it came back in. So the way I've looked at GameStop and understand GameStop's chart, this is where the cycle breaks. It comes back in right here. And you can see that structure because GameStop has a very simple cycle. It follows closely and a little bit more accurate a 90-day cycle. And it did repeat itself multiple times. So it starts, this is like where it really starts. And you can see here's the initial pump. It comes back down, creates this cup. And then right at that end point here is where you start to see the price rise very quickly. So you can copy this pattern right there. Here's the dump, pump again, okay? And then you select these points at which they keep happening. So POIs are, they're placed at different levels and different points throughout the entire chart. So for example, here you have the cycle break, comes back in. Here's the POI volume. So you line it up right there again, dump, and then pump right at that 90-day mark right there. And this keeps happening over and over again throughout the entire chart. Now, some of them are not going to be drastic. They're not going to look the same way, but they're still going to have volume, so it's still valid. For example, this one right here. You have your dump, comes back down, and then here's your POI right here. And there's volume, so it's valid. So yeah, GameStop is very simple, 90-day cycle, but this is where the cycle broke, comes back up, comes back down, and then it gets back and it's shifted back into the same cycle, starts tracking it again. So I think AMC is going to do something similar. I think once it stops, once it breaks, it'll be untraceable for probably a month or two, and then once they get it under control again, it comes back into the same world here. We're going to be able to track it again. But it hasn't broke yet, so. Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond just yep, there it is, down 25%. This is why I don't touch. I'm telling you, man, this is why I don't touch. Not that I wouldn't touch it. I mean, congratulations if you made money on Bed Bath & Beyond. But Bed Bath & Beyond has been in the structure of Bed Bath & Beyond's chart is just completely different from AMC's. Even though they go up at the same POI window, this one, see how fast it pumped? It pumped 100% in one day. And then, obviously, now we have some kind of a drastic push to the downside here. Now, anything could happen with Bed Bath & Beyond. This thing could continue to rip, but it definitely is a riskier stock, I think, in my opinion. That's why I love to see it, slowly climb up, come up to a range where it looks healthy and ready to pop for confirmation, rather than just going in at the top and then, expecting something like this, where now it's down 25%. AMC looks good. AMC looks like it's steady, making her way up, steady. Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, down 25. Let's see where it goes. Bed Bath & Beyond is stock with hella volatility, I will say that. So yeah, anything could happen, but AMC, man. And yeah, you're gonna see AMC come down as well. I mean, they track each other. They're this basket, man, of meme stocks. They're in the same meme sector, so they are gonna track each other. But you can see that one is down more than the other. One is down 25%, the other one is down 2%. So direction the same, not the same percentage though, which is good. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see the same percentage. AMC making her way back up. Also, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the hell out of this video. I got the rally music and everything ready because I was like, yo, AMC's about to pump back up. But what we do here, man, is when we have these freaking awesome POIs play out here on AMC, we rally with the family and we play some dope ass music. We got elephants flying around, we got rockets, we got Will Smith slapping the ass Literally, man. We got all the above. So, yeah, hit subscribe because it'll notify you if I go live, and then we could rally. Amy's wanting to do a little V reversal here. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. Bed Bath & Beyond just said hell no and just came back up. Yeah, talk about volatility, man. Talk about volatility. But yeah, again, it doesn't really matter. It would have been halted at this point, but this is why I'm telling you guys, you don't have halts in the after-hour session. So it can do whatever it wants. People don't really seem to care about fundamentals these days. So you're gonna see the chart do whatever it wants. But again, I'm not in on Bed Bath & Beyond. You can definitely see it's a riskier play now that it is up 100%. So I'm not going to say much about that, but here's the chart, man. Here's the chart, and let's get intimate with the chart. Let's go on the 1 second. AMC and AMC is, you can see a lack of volume. Obviously, it doesn't have the same news yet. But soon it will, I think. Barbara, AMC is in the volatility zone right now. Remember, it's a volatility zone window, so it's about 10 to 14 days long, and anywhere in that time frame is when we normally see some volatility in the market. So it's about 8 trading days, about 2 weeks, counting weekends and stuff. Bed Bath & Beyond, man. Man, the chart looks so goofy. Look at that. It's just like a massive dump. Psych. Comes back up. Psych again. I mean, this traditionally, like with V reversals, if they hold quickly, they do continue to go up. So this isn't quite like just fake out after fake out. It could be, but this, if it holds here and starts climbing back up, Bed Bath & Beyond can keep going. And that, that's going to be good for AMC at the end of the day. I a full-time trader? My job, man, is, well, it's the market, yeah, the stock market, and then also I do have, I take care of a Discord, and you guys. I mean, this whole thing is my job, and I love it, man. I love it. It's awesome. It's finding these crazy things with the market, trying to share that perspective with you guys and that different approach. Also, the new ones here coming in, if you guys are new to the channel, here is our awesome and free Discord. If you guys want to join, chat it up with AMC community. It's very simple chat. So I have one chat and that's it. Then there's a For You page. That For You page, all I do is I send updates on AMC. I send updates on videos, stuff like that. Very simple chat, straight to the point, nothing else, no other alerts, none of that. If you guys want to join, man, hit it up and chill with the squad. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the structure of AMC, those that are just coming in. I'll be going live tomorrow because I think AMC is about to do something crazy, right? Now that we got the structure right, guys. Everything is looking good. Yes, this was a pump and dump in the short term, but not in the midterm. And what I mean by that is this week. All right, short term, midterm. Intraday, sure, pump and dump. Going into tomorrow, some of the things we're tracking right now, they're calling for just very stagnant price action. If things do not climb back up here right now, going into the end of the trading day, after hours, back up to resistance, then it's likely that AMC will remain stagnant and then start coming up either end of day tomorrow or Wednesday. That's just based on the tracking that I'm doing. Anything could happen, and none of this is financial advice. But you will see me live regardless, and I'll keep updating some of these things. Again, make sure you subscribe, like this video. Let's get to it. Also, if you guys want to join the Discord, apart from the free one, I do have a place that I send out on AMC, and then everything else in the market that revolves around the cycle. So a lot of POIs don't only work on AMC. I do it on the entire market, and that's really what that Discord is for other trades. Crypto, SPY, specialize on those things. So if you guys want to check that out, click the link below as well. But I will be cutting the stream here. I do have to do other things, guys, and to walk my Nola. All right, gotta give her a nice little walk. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Fucking love you. Bye bye.